Well, let's put you in front of another Big 12 team this weekend. West Virginia, you guys owe them kind of like you owed Iowa State, especially what happened up there last year. What's been the talk, and what are some of the thoughts about going back to Morgantown?
We just the more aggressive, the more physical team wins. Just thinking back to last year, don't want to dwell too much on the past, but they came out a lot more aggressive, a lot more physical. They set the tone, and we found ourselves down really early, and it just snowballed going into the rest of the game. So just going in this year, just having a different mentality of being the aggressors and just competing at a high level. The game is 40 minutes. That's a tough place to play in Morgantown, no matter limited fans or not. So you just got to be ready for whatever is put in front of us.
Yeah, it is still early in conference play, but because of what you guys have already done, y'all are going to be in a different position going forward. Y'all are going to have the target on your back. Any team that wins at Kansas is going to have a big target. Do you think the guys are mentally ready for that type of change and being the hunted as opposed to the hunter?
We have like a one game mentality type of mindset that we know with winning comes a lot of praise, a lot of high fives, and all the good stuff. But we also know how it feels to be on the other end, having a roller coaster of a season, and just keeping the mindset one game at a time. We're only 3 games in. You play everybody twice. We're going to see Kansas again. Haven't seen Baylor yet. Haven't seen Texas Tech. Haven't seen Oklahoma. So we know that there's still games ahead of us, and you can't win anything right now. Well, for our goal, we can't win a championship right now. Just 3 games in.
Joe Cook, go ahead, please, sir.
Matt, kind of unrelated to the current season, but you've been with Coach Smart for 4 years, and you've seen how he acts on the sideline. So when y'all are on the defensive end and y'all see him on his knees and slamming the floor and clapping and everything and being energetic, what does that mean to y'all to see him basically do everything but actually defend a guy almost while they're in the coaching box?
I appreciate that. I hear him over there on the sideline. It's good to hear him talk. I know sometimes he'll say something. I say, "Thank you, coach." Like during the possession or something. So it's good to feel his presence, and it just creates more energy for myself and the team. They just don't want to get a stop or just wanting to buy in.
One of the things he always talks about is connectivity. And do you think after as long as you've known him, that's kind of a way for 40-plus-year-old coach to stay connected and kind of feel like he's still out there on the floor playing, even if he isn't?
Yeah, Coach, he creates relationships in different ways. I've known him since 8th grade year, so we've been connected through watching film, through spending time, in all different ways, through other people. So just the little things matters. Definitely from a head coach in a Division I program.
Dustin, go ahead, please, sir.
Matt, you and Courtney, that relationship, how has it evolved over the last few seasons? You guys both are all about winning, although you kind of have different personalities in going about that, but it seems like one of the most consistent things about this season is you guys are constantly talking on the floor, whether it's to each other, whether it's to teammates. It seems like there's kind of that more urgency and then accountability as well. How much has y'all's relationship changed over the years, and why do you think you guys have been able to really grab this leadership role this year?
I just think it's been, internal and personal growth between the both of us, especially from Courtney. Him just growing, maturing, listening, and his willingness to be coached from the coaching staff and his teammates, and pouring that out into other people, and him just wanting to win. And it has allowed me to play well. Just feeding off his energy. I always feel like it's like I'm the good cop, he's the bad cop type of energy, So just having that trust and the foundation with starting with us and just pouring into our teammates.
You're a guy that's started every game since you've been here. You've played a ton of minutes, played in a ton of games. But during your recruitment, I think Shaka actually gave you keys as to say, hey, we want to give you the keys to the program. Does this year really feel like, as much as a player in your shoes can have that control, that you're driving the bus for this program right now?
Yeah, I just it's like it's hard-won wisdom, as Coach always say. And just over time, like you said, the games I've played, the games I've started, everyone, it just allowed me to put myself in a position that I am right now, and just the growth and maturity that has happened over time, just allowed me to be able to just step up and lead my troops.
Stephen Wagner, go ahead, please.
Hey, Matt. Good to see you again.
Hey,
After the Kansas game, Bill Self talked a little bit about how you guys beat them because, you played better than them that day in that season. And this year, because there's not a ton of fans in attendance, more games are really going to reflect who's actually the better team. So I want to ask you, do you agree with this? Do you think this season that the better team is going to win more games than it might have in the past because of the lack of impact that fans are going to have on games?
Do you mean just in conference or just throughout the whole season?
Throughout the entire season.
I think depending on where you play at, fans do play a factor, and I guess that's why you treat road wins so special, especially in conference. But as you get down the stretch, when you're playing, you just sometimes you don't even realize, home or away. You're just in the flow of the game. But on your comment, I said the same thing, thinking about just like the NBA for matter of fact, when they were in the bubble, and like you were playing, like Milwaukee didn't have their home court advantage, the Raptors didn't have it, and those guys that just were connected throughout that whole 3-4 months that they were in the bubble, where the best team was going to win. So it all depends. The most connected team haven't been on the same page.
Chris Tavares, go ahead.
Hey, Matt, a couple questions for you. One, you guys had that big win at Kansas, kind of a program-defining win, and then you have that Shaka said could easily be a trap game against Iowa State. You come away with the win. Now that you're getting ready for another big road contest against a ranked opponent, do you feel like you're able to completely put that Kansas win behind you, especially with a game under your belt, and just completely focus on West Virginia now?
100%. I feel like the media and everybody else talk about it more than us. So,
and then just another one for you. I mean, the way the season has started out for you, you guys are undefeated in conference play through 3 games, and you only 1 loss on the year. You're ranked in the top 5. Just as a player in this program, when you've suffered through so many ups and downs, just how much fun are you guys having right now? What is this season like just on the court in terms of the success you're having?
And the fun all started when we were in Asheville, just believing in ourselves. The day we got back in the summertime, just looking to my left, looking to my right, understanding that we have the guys to achieve something special this year. And we just want to keep playing for something bigger than ourselves, plans for something bigger than, coach, playing for something. We're playing to win a championship for the school, University of Texas, I'm sorry. Just to accomplish something special.
Jake Garcia, go ahead, please, sir.
I'll keep it short and sweet. What do you think is clicked with Jericho these past 2 games? I know you've been expecting more out of him, and he's certainly given that to you guys these past 2.
I think it just starts in practice. Guys like Brock Cunningham goes at him every day, forcing him to talk, forcing him to dominate with his size. And I think him just taking that in, and him just exerting his will and his God-given abilities on other people.
Stephen Wagner, follow up. Go ahead.
So, we've heard all about the expectations that the team had for the team goals coming into the season, but I want to ask you, what your personal expectations were for yourself coming into the season, if you had any goals that you wanted to meet, and how you're kind of grading your performance through the first few games of this year.
I grade myself based on if my team wins or not. As a point guard, as a leader, to further my success in the career of basketball, I know it's like the main one is winning, and on the right path for that. I know coming into college, my main goal was to win a conference, get to the Sweet 16, and then for being a point guard, just be in conversation to win the Bob Cousy Award. And I know in order to do that, your team has to win. So I want to do everything in my power to help my team win and be successful.
Two last ones left in the queue. Joe Cook, go ahead, please.
One quick one and another one. Is a step back your signature move? The step back shot inside the arc, is that your signature move now?
I guess so. I guess so.
And then when we spoke with Coach Smart, I think it was Monday, he was extremely passionate, probably more so than we've seen in just like a regular, Zoom or Monday press conference. Did that carry over with y'all? Basically, was he up at another level saying, guys, like you kind of mentioned, the season's not done. The season's not done. Did he bring it up another level when y'all got back from Lawrence?
He's always on 10. I mean, he's always on 10. But I think his main goal and purpose behind his passion is just for us not to get complacent or content with that win. And I think we've moved on. I think we have moved on from that, and know there's a lot of games to be played ahead.
Brian Davis, last one, sir.
Yeah, Matt, every time we have spoken with Shaka, he's talked about Jace and just trying to get back out there. How have you seen his progress from your vantage point, and how frustrated is he that he's still not cleared yet?
Like him dealing it with himself is going to be different than how he acts and interacts with us, because he's a great teammate, a great person, has great character. So he always doesn't let it show how he's truly feeling, because we know that he really wants to be out there, and that we're going on one whole year since he's been able to play a basketball game. So I know it's very mentally frustrating, but he has handled it very well, almost like a professional. And we're seeing steps of him slowly getting back and to be able to go 100% with us. So
yeah, cool.